Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Marchich here with your outlook for July 30th, 2015. And we're going to have a cold front that's going to come through the area today. It's actually going to speed up a little bit, come through here with some showers and thunderstorms, but it should be a little bit earlier in the afternoon into early to mid-afternoon. It should be arriving from west to east here. And because of that, we're not talking about anything severe. And it should be for a relatively quick moving line of storms moving through here. We're going to go over the NAM high-res future simulated radar. I'll start this off around noon here. See just some shower activity here entering our western counties at this point. It really doesn't organize into anything as we go into the early afternoon. Once we finally get to the middle afternoon, we start to see some organization with this line as far as some thunderstorms starting to fire along here. But these are still pretty much garden variety storms, not a lot of shear to work with today, and not a lot of dry or aloft to mix down to the surface here. So we're not talking about a lot of high wind gusts either. I think this is just going to be regular garden variety thunderstorms coming through here. And generally the once they turn into thunderstorms at this point, we'll call it from mid to late afternoon from northwest to southeast, generally across our coverage area. Of course, starting earlier here as showers in our northwest zones and continuous thunderstorms into South Jersey and Delaware eventually as this moves to the southeast here. You can see this line moving through. This is now looking at 6 p.m. I think by 7 or 8 o'clock this is exiting the coast, and that's going to be all she wrote. So we will have improving conditions overnight once this line moves through, and winds are going to eventually, by late evening, start shifting to the west-northwest or northwest here. That's going to bring in lower humidity values. It's going to be quite humid today and very warm as we get into the temperatures here. We're not talking about very overly oppressive temperatures today. The highest temperature areas to see 90 degrees, best chance will be down in these areas here. But further northwest, where those clouds are going to increase and those storms occur, temperatures are going to come close to 90, but might just fall short. So upper 80s generally until that front comes through, and then we're going to start lowering the humidity values. Once the line of storm comes through, it's going to feel a lot different by the time you get into overnight tonight and again on Friday. So moving ahead from Friday here is a look at Friday. Nothing but bright sunshine, mostly sunny skies on Friday. Temperatures are still going to be on the warm side. Now, I don't want to get everybody the wrong idea like this is a cold front that's going to knock down temperatures. It's certainly not. We're talking about a persistent heat, not an extreme heat. So there's a big difference. So, and this is going to be the story going straight through next week, where you're going to have this heat around every day. So it's going to be seasonably hot, but not necessarily humid, and also nothing extreme. So we're not talking about temperatures in the mid to upper 90s or near 100 or anything like that. It'll be hovering right around 90 degrees, give or take a few degrees, depending on whether you're in the north or south or what day it is. But over the weekend, I think it'll be pretty close to upper 80s to near 90 as a general rule. And humidity not too oppressive until we get till Monday. I think it's going to be mostly sunny this entire time frame, and then we get to Monday. We're going to have a partly cloudy day, we'll call it. And we have the increase in humidity and heat. Temperatures will actually spike a little bit going into Monday, along with those heat indices going up as well. And then we get into Tuesday, we're going to leave an isolated thunderstorm in the forecast here. This is just pretty much just an air. It's very unorganized, so it would just be an air mass type thunderstorm, just because of the high dew points and high levels of instability present. We're going to allow for an isolated thunderstorm here on Tuesday, but other than that, we really don't have much precipitation to speak of. We showed you what the NAM did today. This is not a lot of precipitation. It's just one line, probably a less than 1 hour duration of rainfall, and not even really that heavy. You could have some locally heavy rainfall as it gets further east and a little bit better organized, but other than that, really not talking about much rain here over the next 7 days. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Marchich, and that is your outlook for July 30th, 2015. Have a great Thursday.